and the hottest thing last night was Dak Prescott to Cleveland. This was the first sign that silly season is in full effect. Let me set this up how we got there. News broke Mike McCarthy was not going to return to the Dallas Cowboys, and Jerry Jones, being Jerry Jones, reached out to Deion Sanders, had some talks with Deion's about possibly becoming the next coach. Y'all already know what come with that. Deion Shador, you put that together. Browns got the number 2 pick, and people start going crazy with these different scenarios of, we can trade pick number 2, get Dak Prescott, we keep it moving. Now, since then, Deion Sanders has said, it's intriguing, it's interesting. I trust Jerry. I see what Jerry is doing, but I love it in Boulder. I like what I'm building in Boulder, and I'm going to stay in Boulder. But it's silly season. So we're going to do the what if scenario anyway, man. First of all, did you think by 10:45 p.m. yesterday that we will be talking about Dak Prescott to the Browns?
No, I'm not until you text me. I'm like, wait, what am I missing? I'm looking. Earl texted me last night. Hey, we got to hit on Dak Prescott. I'm like, whoa. So I started looking up on Twitter, started looking up ESPN articles, Adam Schefter, all this stuff. And I'm like, I got it. If in my mind, I'm like, okay, if this were to, and there's so many financial things that goes into this. He has a huge contract, right? I get that part. Deshaun's still on the roster. I get all of that. But I'm like, if we have an opportunity to get, in my opinion, a top 10 quarterback, top 12 quarterback in the league, you need to do that right now. Like right now. That's just my humble opinion before we start jumping into it. Or people sleep on Dak, man. People are
No,
asleep on Dak.
nah, I'd rather have Shador Sanders, man. We'll get to Shador, but tell me why you think, like, okay, if that was to go down, and if that was the situation, why you would want Dak Prescott, and what a trade package would look like for you?
Well, let me be clear. I'm on record saying I think it should be a rebuild, right? So obviously,
Okay,
if you go get Dak, it's not a rebuild. You're trying to
okay,
win right now. But if you look
facts.
at the scenario, the Browns never came out and said we're rebuilding. They never came out and said this is the plan yet, right? Andrew Berry is still there. Stefanski's still there. So in my mind, the thing about the scenario, okay, if I'm trying to win now, why not go get a proven, capital P, a proven quarterback that has took his team to the playoffs, that had tons of success, that's threw for tons of yards, that can make his team better, you can plug and play. He can be a guy that comes in, tough mindset. I think he gets a terrible rap, in my opinion, because of who he plays quarterback for. He plays for the Dallas Cowboys. Like he plays for the Dallas Cowboys. Like no matter what he does, he's going to get criticized like crazy. To me, he's a top 10 to 12 quarterback, plug and play. You're ultimately better as a team with him at your quarterback right now. And matter of fact, he's best. He'll be your best quarterback since Kosar. He's that good in my opinion. Now, that's not saying too much about the Browns quarterbacks, but I'm just saying though, he's the type of guy. He's a leader. His teammates love him. He will come in and play and put you in position to win. Period. Now, I love Shador, my favorite quarterback coming out in the draft,
Mm-hmm.
but he's unproven in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Why go for somebody unproven when you have somebody that's proven already?
All right, so that's a nice little argument that you made for a little here we go. You
Oh,
know what
here
I'm
we
saying?
go.
Little Mr. Here we go. Like, all right, cool. Career record, right? He got he's 76 and 46 in his career. So he's a winner in a regular season. But he's also 2-5 in the playoffs, right? And when you don't show up in the playoffs, to me, it's like that's a red flag against you. This is why I was like, hell no on Dak Prescott for the same reasons as you. I think the Browns should either rebuild, retool, whatever they want to call it. But I'm not interested in adding a 32, soon to be 32-year-old quarterback who has a very lengthy injury history to an already aging roster when I know I got plenty of issues on this team. And I think when you make that type of move and when you have that mindset, okay, let's go add Dak Prescott, then I think that would be the Cleveland Browns selling a fan base false hope. Like it's almost like a relationship that didn't work, right? So what's the relationship? The rebuild that started since 2017. It didn't work. And instead of going back and trying to fix it and trying to force it, we need to accept the fact as a fan base, it didn't work out. It didn't turn out the way we wanted it to turn out. We kind of need to step back, move on, and start fresh. And I think for me and you, start fresh equals a rookie quarterback. I feel like we just did the whole retread, trade for another team's quarterback. And for the love of God, bro, like this fan base will lose this. You know what? If we go trade for another quarterback that's making what? $230 million. Okay. So
It would be crazy. It
yeah,
would be crazy.
and then to your point, like there's financial ramifications from Dallas standpoint that wouldn't make that possible. But for me, when I was seeing people really like buying into this yesterday, I was like, man, what is happening here? Like, like what are we really doing? How
We
did we
playing
get to
Madden, man. That's what we doing. We playing Madden.
hey? I tweeted yesterday. I was like, since we playing Madden, man, you might as well give me CD Lamb too. Like, since this is what we
hey,
doing. Hey,
hey,
give
him
me
and Judy
CD
be good.
Lamb, give me CD Lamb, and give me Jerry's World. You know what I'm saying?
hey.
Since we want to do it like this, but I think Dak is a good quarterback. I'm not taking anything away from him. If you look at Dak's career, I mean, all he has done in the regular season is win. All he has done is put up yards. Now, last year was the anomaly; he was hurt. But if you look at it, 66% completion, over 31,000 yards passing, over 213 career touchdowns, less than 100 interceptions. QBR is flirting right. QB rating flirting around 100. So when you see that, bro, like, yeah, you can't argue against that. But I think when you watch Dak and the playoffs, when it's money time, when it's winning time, and to your point, because of who he played for, like 2-5,
Bruh, he not tackling. He can't block. He can't cover. Like he can only do so much. Let me read you a few stats. All right.
go ahead,
You're
go
right.
ahead,
You're right. He's 2-5 in the
go ahead.
playoffs. He's 2-5 in the playoffs. In 2017, 24 for 38, 302 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's not his fault. The next year, 22 for 33, 226 yards and a touchdown to pick. Against let's see, 25 for 33, 305 yards, 4 touchdowns. He produces at times in the playoffs, but it's not always on him. It's just the quarterback gets the terrible rap, especially if you play for the Dallas Cowboys. Like you just get that rap. It's not all on him. His career and average in the playoffs, right? 25 completions, just under 40 attempts. That's the completion percentage is around 64%, 280 yards passing, around 7 yards a catch, and then 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. So he's not bad overall in the grand scheme of things. Now, I'll say this. Those stats could be a little, just being honest, it could be a little deflated up. I mean, a little inflated because you're down so much and then you got to pass, right?
Yeah.
So I get that part. I do watch the games. But I'm just saying, like, if this opportunity arises and they decide to take it, which is, again, this is all
The
false
silly
season,
season.
the
Yeah.
silly season, right?
Yeah.
You're getting a top 10, top 12 quarterback. Like you're getting somebody that's going to help you compete right now. Now, I do agree with you. There's other areas, offensive line, running back, another receiver, some help at the linebacking core. Like there are other positions you need to help to make this team fully be a Super Bowl contender. But I think if you add Dak, you're automatically in a position where you're an assumed playoff contender, especially in the AFC North.
Hey man, by no means am I saying, if we be clear, we add Dak Prescott today. The Cleveland Browns are in the best quarterback situation at least since Baker Mayfield. You said at least since Bernie. You know what I mean? I'll give it more recent history, at least since Baker, right?
Baker, fair.
I'm just saying, like, I just think I got this opinion, and this is a perfect segue into what we about to talk about next. I just think that starting fresh with a fresh quarterback that we drafted, not somebody that we traded for, not a retread. I think if you want to restore some faith and hope into this fan base, if you want to, get people excited again, then I think you should go the rookie route.